Welcome to the So You Miss Church podcast. We are happy to have you here with us today. Happy Monday to you. This is Clint Daly, and I'm hoping that if you attended church this week, maybe you got something from it. Maybe you learned something, or maybe you saw some people that encouraged you. But maybe you missed church this week. Or maybe you just didn't go, and maybe you don't even want to go. Maybe you didn't even miss it. We're still hoping we can help you get your week started in a positive way. And you know, if you've studied the Bible much, or maybe not even all that much, especially the teachings of Jesus, then you know that in his Sermon on the Mount, he gave what are called the Beatitudes. Now, the Beatitudes are 8 blessings that Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount that are recorded in the Gospel of Matthew in chapter 5. And that word Beatitudes actually comes from a Latin word, beatus, meaning blessed or happy. And they kind of outline the core virtues of Christian character. And they describe a life of divine favor and what God wants to see. So for instance, one of the Beatitudes that Jesus gave in Matthew chapter 5 was in verse 9, where he said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God." Now, today I want to go back to the Old Testament, and I want to read about a peacemaker. Because, of course, we are all familiar with Moses. He led the Israelites out of Egypt. He would eventually lead them through the wilderness and to the promised land, although he did not get to enter it. But today I want to talk about Moses' brother Aaron. And you know, we've talked about Aaron before on the podcast. And I'll be honest, Aaron is a bit of a strange study because he's a very contradictory character. You know, when God calls Moses to lead the Israelites, Moses says, "Well, God, I'm not that good of a speaker." So God tells him, "Well, that's okay, because your brother Aaron can help you." And Aaron did help Moses. He helped Moses speak to Pharaoh. And even more so, in Exodus chapter 17, after the Israelites had left Egypt, they were at war with the Amalekites. And when Moses stood on a nearby mountain and he held his hands up, the Israelites would win the fight with the Amalekites. But when Moses became too tired, his arms would drop and the Amalekites would begin to win the fight. So Aaron literally helped Moses hold his arms up physically, giving Israel the victory. We also know that Aaron helped build the golden calf when Moses was up on Mount Sinai, because that was what the people wanted down below. And Aaron went along with it. It wasn't his proudest moment, but I do believe that if we look at it, we can also see that it probably, from his perspective, was done to help keep the peace. In fact, I can even take it one step further and say that Aaron probably helped with the golden calf to protect the people from doing something even worse, like, murdering each other. But we know Aaron had his flaws. Aaron was jealous of Moses. In fact, at one point, Aaron demands of God, does God only speak to Moses? And we also know Aaron full-on rebelled against Moses later in the book of Numbers. Yet I find Aaron to be such a perfect model for us today. Because Aaron's story is also a wonderful story of redemption and a story of the grace of God that is given to us every single day. Aaron reminds us that God can forgive us and that we in turn can forgive others, and we in turn should forgive ourselves. Aaron did make amends with his brother Moses. He did make amends with God. And it shows us that a person can make mistakes and still come back from them. And we see that right here because Aaron was actually still named the first high priest of Israel. And we also know when Aaron finally died at a very old age, it is said that the Israelite people mourned for 30 days for Aaron. Now, I'll be honest. When you think about someone passing away, for the most part, yes, your direct family, your kids, your best friends, they will mourn. But an entire nation for 30 days? Yeah, that's a little bit uncommon. But why did they mourn for 30 days? Because I believe we all need Aaron in our life. We all need a part of Aaron in us. We all need a wingman. We all need a supporter. And let me ask you this. Can you think of a better time right now on this planet that we all need a peacemaker? In this era of being easily offended, in this time when there is constant anger about literally anything, in a time when people are constantly looking for a reason to be angry, they could be angered by a phrase or by certain words or putting certain letters together or by your politics or by your music or by your sports or by your financial background or by your race. Whatever we can come up to be angry about, we're going to be angry about right now. Whatever we can come up to be offended about, we're going to be offended about right now. And I say this all the time on the podcast, but all these roads lead to narcissism. And we are all angry because of our narcissism. So at what better time could we possibly be in need of a few Aarons in the world? What better time could we possibly be in need of someone to go to a friend when we're in an argument with another friend and say, hey, you know what? They really feel bad about what's going on and they want to make up with you. And then we go tell the other friend the exact same thing and we actually make peace among people who are fighting, which they say in Jewish culture is what Aaron did. They say there were so many children that actually were the result of Aaron getting fighting parents back together. Aaron, like each of us, is a very flawed character. And yet right now in this world, I see so much need, not just for peaceful and kind people, but also for people who make peace. How in need are we at family gatherings of someone who isn't stirring things up, who isn't causing more strife within the family or among friends, but someone who is encouraging peace and someone who is keeping things calm. Being someone who brings calm to chaos is a special trait, and it is a trait that is sorely needed in our world today. Like Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. Hey, remember, you can always contact us at umschurch@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. You can follow us on Facebook or X at UMissChurch, and you can subscribe to the podcast pretty much anywhere podcasts are hosted. If you just search the words UMissChurch, it's probably going to come up for you. If nothing else, you can find us over on YouTube. Hey, I wish you all a very happy Monday, and I hope that you have a great week.